You know, when you go around a corner and you just hear a noise, and then the noise gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you think to yourself, I've just been shopping, so which cupboard door didn't I shut? So I didn't shut my food cupboard. However, eggs. You ready? Okay. Right. I'm cleaning up some stuff then. Oh, it's gonna smell. Oh dear. That's disgusting. I mean, how are you supposed to do this? It's like snot. Oh. That'll have to do for now, but that is gonna need a wash when we stop, because we are literally just at the side of the road. Doesn't help when you're gipping, when you're trying to clean it up either. That is not not the best way. So now I've got a bit of a going on. Right, we're good. Let's get going. Look at all of the moon. I mean, that's going to be one of the biggest. I think this is the biggest harvest moon for this time, isn't it? It's going to get smaller from tonight, but it is huge. And you can't see, but just there where my finger's waggling, there's a Starlink launch. I've seen about 30 satellites go up so far. However, I'm going to get back in my van because it's freezing. Well, good morning. I've got a bit of company, but as it works out,
I was going to say, technically I've got company.
He's got company because I'm in his van. So we've spent the night at a lovely little car park, I suppose, and it's in between lots of fisheries. And I think it's the DDAA.
Yeah, DDAA.
DDAA that run them all, and I can't seem to find how to get a day pass. So I'm sitting my bum inside and not trying my new fishing rod until I find a piece of canal or river that's not owned by a fishing association. If it was a bailiff thing, it'd be fine, because I'd just stick whatever it was in my pocket and go fishing, and then obviously pay the bailiff when they come along, but it doesn't seem to be anything like that either. But in the meantime, once he's finished working, because he doesn't know how to do nothing, this man of mine, there is a farm shop up the road I'm going to drag him up to and just see, just for a walk, because if I stay sat down all day, I will not be able to move later. As contradictory as that seems, I am aching literally from top to toe. So I need to keep moving, because the more I sit still, the worse it gets. So I do that, and then I'm going to pick up some apple cider vinegar and honey, because if it worked for Coop, I'm going to give it a try for myself. So we decided, big jackets on, and we're going to go for a walk, because it just seemed like it was never going to stop raining, ever. Unfortunately, by the time we got there, they were packing away all of the ready meals and things and popping them in a fridge in the back. There was an absolutely amazing assortment of sauces and cheeses, crackers, all the usual things you find in farm shops, but then an ageing cabinet for all the steaks. I could have helped myself to a few of them in there, I tell you. Absolutely brilliant little farm shop for where it was. We'll definitely go back again next time we're there. As we'd missed the cafe in the farm shop, someone told us that there was a pub down the road that was serving homemade pizza, and it was one of the best pizzas around that we'd find. So we headed straight to that pub, decided to share a garlic bread and a pizza between us. I had salad, of course, and we shared some chips. So we'd just been down to the local farm shop, which turned out that it was closing 10 minutes after we got there. So we just managed to pick up some eggs and some other things, because obviously I needed eggs. So on my list of things to do, root around and find the extra clasp I've got for the cupboard. It could be anywhere. I've got a little bit of energy left. I'm going to use it to go fishing, because I got all my new fishing gear for my birthday, and I've just been speaking to a lovely chap in the car park who said that they do day tickets here, and it's just a bailiff that comes around and it's a £5. So I've got £5 in my pocket, which is always the best thing to do, and I'm going to go grab my new gear. I've got all my other gear with me as well, but I'm literally just taking my new gear to give it a little bit of a run out, because I'll be right behind the van. Always come up and change anything if I need it, but just to double check and see whether the little grab and go backpack that I've made, it's like a little crossbody bag, and I have literally just put in there things that I might need for simple canal fishing, not any massive big setups. I'm not doing any of this thing where you do the dredgy thing with all the weights, and I've got a couple of spinners, I've got a couple of real small lures on. I'm just going to try the real simple stuff and see how that gets me, and if it doesn't get me anywhere, then I'll go big and go home, or go home then go big, as it turns out. But the guy said it's good fishing. I'm going to see what he uses, because he's just a couple of pegs down, and yeah, John's gone for a nap, still getting over his cold, so yeah, I'm excited. Right, so there's a peg and there's a peg, so apparently they've got quite sandy bottoms, like you say. However, I have grab and go bag and grab and go travel rod. So I'm literally going to grab and go and see how it works out. Absolutely knackered. I probably shouldn't have gone fishing. I'm really suffering from joint pain at the minute, down, like I say, down from my toes to my fingers, sometimes even my ears, who knows. And standing on the bank, even though I put my walking boots on, standing on the bank, trying to manipulate little things with my fingers, and then I got a load of tangle, so I had to unspool a load of line and then sort it back out again. So it's all very fiddly, and probably not the best of things. Obviously, I did not catch anything. I caught some weed. But for now, I'm going to take my big shoes off. I'm going to take some ibuprofen and hope it cuts it, because if not, I'm going to have to crack open the naproxen, and I don't want to be taking them big painkillers. Hello. Right, I'm up and ready. I managed to get a doctor's appointment today, so well impressed. That would never happen at my old Manchester practice, must admit. But I think I might have been rushed in a little bit. I've been getting some pains where my burst cyst on my ovary was, and I know they left the ovary and the fallopian tube in there. I've been getting some pains again there, but with it being right in my groin or around that area, I mean, it's on the other side a little bit, but not as much as it is on the right hand side. I just worry about everything. It's like I've got an infection, and is it my lymph nodes again? I'm getting hot sweats all the time, but I'm menopausal. It's not changing my temperature. With all the things aching, a few piddling issues, as in with piddling. I feel like I need taking out back and shooting, which is how I ended the voicemail message I left before I get the appointment. And I'm all happy on the outside, but you know what? I'm fed up. I'm fed up. Well, good morning. Little update with my sage tablets is that I found that they are not stopping my hot flashes, but they are stopping me sweating. So I'm not having to change my nightie twice in the night and worry about carrying extra spare bedding and stuff. I just get hot, but I don't get sweaty, which is strange. but I'll take it. I also saw my doctor yesterday. I have had so many phone calls with her and so many interactions, but never actually met her, which is weird, but I suppose it's a sign of things and COVID changes and whatnot. So it was nice to actually get to sit down with her yesterday. I showed her the blood test results I got from when I went for my FH test the other day, but I still need to go for a full blood count and check for inflammatory markers and things like that. I forgot, because ADHD and me being forgetful, that just before we went down to Cornwall, I went to the doctors because I thought I had a water infection, and it felt kind of the same as I've got now. And then I didn't have a water infection, it turns out. I also had these pains in my groin. So she is making sure, so like I'm getting the blood test done, she's going to rush them through. And if there are any inflammatory markers on there that shows that I might be getting an infection or there might be something popping up, then she'll send that back off to the people that can help and get that done. But I feel better for having it looked at. It was a doctor that pointed out that this is a very similar setup to how everything went pear-shaped really quick last time. So we're going to be staying localish until Thursday to get the blood test done. But in the meantime, obviously, whenever there's any downtime, it just means you can get caught up a little bit with things. She is checking lots of things for me to see whether there's anything. She's checking iron levels and vitamin B, I think she said, B12. Loads of other little things to see why my hands and fingers especially, and my toes are aching like mad. I'm finding it difficult to type, which is not helpful considering the job I've got. So it's a case of trying to do that and then making sure I'm doing stretching exercises. And yeah, so it was a good little visit. Anyway, it was nice, and it's nice to know things are being looked at. But I've gone from being somebody who didn't need to go to the doctors once in 5 years. I mean, I had a phone call about menopause and then decided to do it all myself because I couldn't do the HRT. I've just got to deal with what's going on until I get my test results back. And try and get on as normal as I can, because I ain't one for sitting and moping. I did last night, I must admit. I sit and moped last night because I was proper fed up. Yeah, so none of that today. Let's get going and see how far I can get with my list. Well, I'll tell you with this thing, I can't stop using it. We were sent heated blankets, and it couldn't have come at a better time for me because of my aches and pains that are everywhere. So I'm finding that because my diesel heater vent points to the back of the van, it gets quite cold in the cab still. And this is saving anything. Infrared heating, it's got a remote control with it. It can go in the washing machine. It's absolutely wonderful. And we've been sent it to give it a try. It's not available in the shops just yet. It's on a Kickstarter thing. So if a nice new infrared heated washable electric blanket is on your shopping list, go check the details in the description and go see if you can put, I think it's £1 down to be ready for when they start selling them properly. Well, I think it's time for a nap and also time to wrap up the video. It's hard knowing that I need to rely on naps, I think, to get through the day, but it is a thing. Hopefully, the further on we get, the further we'll get closer to having lines drawn under all of these things, get all the appointments gone and done with, and at least try and get to a point where I can get a big amount of time between follow-up appointments for things, because we've got some travelling to do, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be far and wide right now, but not staying in the same area would be a good thing, you know. When you're looking for park-ups and things, it's exciting when you're looking for far away, but when you just do the same haunts all the time and you go the same places, it gets a bit tiresome. It's not the whole point of all of this was to go see new places, but you've got to look after your health, otherwise it'll come after you, you know. You gotta take the point of doing it, and I'm very lucky to have lots of people looking out for me at the moment to make sure that I'm okay, and all I've got to do is exactly as I'm told and just go there when they tell me to. So thankfully they are working with me. They know it's not the normal circumstances with me living in the van, and they know I do like to travel, so it seems that people are giving me a little bit of extra leeway that I need for things. So, you know, that's all I can really ask for. But thanks once again for watching. I hope it wasn't too whingy. Why do I say that every time? Because you guys are so lovely. You all say you don't mind. It's just that when I watch them back, I'm like, oh my goodness. Hopefully all of these appointments will knock off these ailments each one at a time, and I'll get to a point where there aren't any, or there's very few. And boy, am I looking forward to that, like really, really. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate you all as always, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.